Lord Algrave's mysterious search for 6 people continues under the supervision of his solicitor, Roland Tolhurst. Other interested parties appear to be Lord Algrave's sister, Monica Danvers Crichton, and her 2 sons, and a sinister Soho gangster, Joe Galliano. Bernie Weinstock and Robin Bright, the detectives engaged by Tolhurst, have traced the first 2 persons on the list, only to find them murdered. In each case, a man with a limp seems to have been involved. An unsuccessful attempt has also been made on their lives. The search for the 3rd name, Jean Montpellier, takes them to the National Motor Museum at Bewley, followed by gangster Joe Galliano and Sid, one of his henchmen. A pistol shot from the limping man accidentally kills Sid. Having learned that Jean Montpellier has returned to his estates in Haiti, the detectives follow him there. They become involved in a voodoo ceremony, during which Jean Montpellier is killed by the voodoo priest, apparently bribed by the limping man.
Bernie, you're good at ball games, aren't you?
Not for much longer.
Well, try him with an Eddie Waring.
What do you mean?
You know, an up and under.
Oh! God. When we get home, remind me to increase your wages, Rob. There they were, dancing about, slinging snakes around, knocking back disgusting booze of some kind. What was revolting. I'd never been so terrified in all my life. Worse than Top of the Pops.
Oh, poor dear. Must have been awful.
Hi, Thelma. What's your burn?
Oh, I expect you could do with a cuppa. Kettle's on the boil.
Thanks, love.
Any luck?
No, couldn't be worse. I get all the way down to Southend trying to find this address, and guess what?
What?
No, it's a dirty great supermarket. Not only is the house gone, but the entire street. There weren't even any neighbours I could make inquiries from.
Another flaming dead end.
Yeah, boys. Nice drop of Rosie.
Thanks, love.
A supermarket? It's ridiculous. I mean, you wouldn't think it would be difficult to trace a bloke with a name like Osbert Horatio Faggot.
Oh, he's my favourite.
He's what, Thelma?
He's gorgeous. What are you looking at me like that for?
We're talking about a fellow what lived in Southend 30 years ago. How could you possibly know him?
Well, of course I do. That's his picture on the mantelpiece, isn't it?
You've been at the rhubarb wine again, Thelma. That's Craig Winchester, the film star bloke.
That's right. And his real name is Osbert Horatio Faggot.
Don't be daft.
Well, you're the one that's daft. How could he be a superstar with a name like Faggot, especially in America?
Thelma, how do you know this?
Because I'm a member of his fan club and I get a newsletter every month. Greg Winchester was born in Southend. It's got to be the same fella. Not a lot I don't know about that one.
Well, where does he live now, then?
Oh, don't tell us that. And if they did, his place would be full of panting females every night, including me. I know where he is is at the moment, though. It's in the last newsletter.
Well, where? Where is he?
In Paris, promoting his latest film, all about the Foreign Legion. He plays this brave French officer who gets mixed up with this Arab bird and her brother, who's lost his camels.
Whereabouts in Paris, love? Any idea?
He's staying at that famous posh hotel, the George B.
No, the Hotel George sank.
How could hotels sink?
Ernie, does your stomach feel up to French cooking?
That's just what it needs, mate. Now, nip down to the phone box and ring Tollhurst.
Right.
And if he says OK, tell him we need some more expenses.
I'm on my way.
And Tollhurst, don't forget, you will keep your mouth shut about this business. If any word of it gets out, your damn firm won't collect a penny from me.
Quite understand.
Can't stand lawyers. Pimple on the backside of civilization.
Good day, sir.
Thank you, Uncle.
Sir, it's O'Toole. I think I may have some further information for you. At the usual price, of course.
I'm angry. Very, very angry. Sid was a good boy, one of my best. And now he's dead. Knocked off by two crummy little private eyes.
You don't know for sure it was them, Mr. G.
Oh, use your brain, use your brain. Who else could it have been, eh? I send Sid to follow them and he gets blown away. Now, why can't you find him?
Well, we have been keeping a 24-hour watch on their caravan, and I haven't been near it for days. Are they, boys?
Yeah, that's right.
Who are you talking to?
Only the boys, Joe.
What, all three of you?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, who's watching now?
Well, nobody. But look, we got this message that we was to ring you.
You damn fool. Get back there straight away. I want these guys found and eliminated.
He's very displeased. I better get back. Let me out.
I took a fancy to you the minute you walked in this house.
The feeling's mutual, Thelma.
This could be the real thing for me.
Me too.
I've never felt like this about any other man. If only you'd do me one tiny favour, I'd do anything for you.
Really? What's the tiny favour?
Take me to Paris with you so I can meet Greg Winchester.
Precious little devil. It's him you fancy, not me.
Get off! Get off! Go away!
Back it up, Thelma. We're not taking you to Paris with us.
Worth a try.
It's all fixed, Bernie. We leave tomorrow. I phoned old Tollhurst, who told me to come to the office and collect some expenses, which I did. And I booked us onto the cross-channel ferry in the morning.
Good boy. I'd better get back to the caravan and collect some gear.
Oh, give us the key. I'll go.
Oh, thanks. Bring me back my blue suit, some underwear, some socks.
No shirts?
Oh, very kind.
Don't give up, Thelma. Keep working on him. They say every man has his price.
I've offered him a lot and it didn't work. Still. At first, you don't succeed.
Stay back, Thelma, stay back. You're wasting your time.
Why don't you give in, Bernie? Always change your mind afterwards.
Doing the moonlight, are we? If you are, I'll tell my mum. Your governor still ain't paid his milk money.
No, we are not doing a moonlight. I'm just collecting some clothes for Mr. Weinstock because we're going away for a few days.
Where are you going then?
Nosy little horror, aren't you? Paris, if you must know. I don't suppose you've any idea where that is.
Yes, I have. It's the capital of France. You're going to fly in a jumbo jet.
No, we're going on the New Haven Dieppe ferry because we're taking the car with us.
Can I come with you?
No, you flaming well can't.
I hope you're seasick then. I hope your boat runs into an iceberg and sinks. I hope you fall overboard. And I hope a dirty big shark comes on and bites your legs off.
You're lovely, you are. What do you want to be when you grow up?
A vampire.
Yeah. That figures.
Burke.
Sonny, you're a nice little boy, ain't you?
No, I ain't.
Well, anyway, do you mind if I asked you a question?
For one?
You know those two gentlemen that work in a caravan round about your house?
Yeah.
Do you know where they are?
No. I'll know where they'll be tomorrow, though.
Where's it?
I'm not telling you.
How'd you like this?
I'll tell you for a blue un. They're going on the New Haven Dieppe ferry tomorrow morning.
Are they really? Here's a good lad. Thanks very much.
Hope your car gets a puncture and runs into a cop who takes you to prison, beats you up with his truncheon.
You're a kid after me, aren't you, huh? Look me up in a few years' time, I could have a job for you.
One compensation about this job, Rob. We do get to travel a bit.
Yeah, I must admit, it's better than being a milkman.
Not only that, it's all expenses paid.
Speaking of which, I better go and see if I can change our sterling into French francs.
Right, mate. I'll hang on here and get a bit of fresh air.
All right.
I think that's one of them. Come on, let's go. Mr. Weinstock?
Yes, that's me. Oh, my God, what do you want?
We come to see you off.
What have I done?
You have unfortunately incurred the displeasure of the gentleman what pays our wages. And you shouldn't have killed poor old Sid.
It's a mistake. I don't know anybody named Sid.
Ah, it was your mate what done it, was it?
No. Neither of us have ever killed a soul in our lives.
Well, that's a comfort. Should stand you in good stead when you reach them pearly gates. Smile, please. Say goodbye. 1, 2.
Morning, all.
That will nice you.
Hello, Jolly Jack. Would you be kind enough to show me the way to the bar?
Certainly, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir. This way.
I think we lost them, George.
Well, let's split up. We'll soon find them.
What's up, Bern?
I'll tell you what's up. There's 3 blokes with guns on the boat and they're trying to kill us.
What? Who are they?
Hey, don't ask me. They were going on about some bloke called Sid. We're supposed to have knocked off. I managed to give them the slip, but they'll be following us. Quick, come on. Let's find somewhere to hide.
Oh, no, wait a minute, that's no good. What happens when we get to the other side? They'll follow us off the ship and try to kill us in France.
Oh, my life. What have I done to deserve this?
Our best bet is to try and lure them out into the open, and then maybe we can pick them off one by one.
How do we do that?
Well, look, you just go for a walk, stroll about a bit, make yourself look conspicuous, and I'll follow behind, keeping out of sight.
Well, they'll murder me.
If you don't do it, they'll murder both of us.
OK, you're right. But, Rob, stick close.
I didn't mean to go that far.
Neither did he. two of them, though.
Well, we'll just have to carry on and see if we can flush them out.
I can't do it, Rob. I'm terrified.
Oh, come on, Byrne. You got plenty of guts.
Yes, but I don't want to see him strewn all over the deck, do I?
I know you're there. Come on out.
What you do that for, George? Sorry, Ron. No offence. None taken, I'm sure. All right, Mr. Weinstock. I can see you. You have caused me a lot of bother, you have, as someone I do not like. Now, come out of there.
That life belt saved my life and I wasn't even drowning. I don't even know. I've got an idea. Help me get him on that seat.
Been overeating.
Yeah, that's not heavy. Here, nip down to the duty-free shop and get our allowance, will you, Rob?
This is a funny time to choose, isn't it?
Of course, I know what I'm doing.
All right. Hey, what? You better have this, in case he wakes up.
Right. Blimey, John, I was thinking this bloke has 3/4 of a bottle of Scotch, he's had. You get a surprise when he wakes up at New Haven with hangover.
You fancy a slug?
You're all right. Well, this is it then, Rob. We better bowl in and ask for his nibs.
Posh, isn't it?
A very superior type doss house. Ah, bonjour, monsieur.
Can I help you, sir?
Why do you know I wasn't French?
I have a gift for that kind of thing, sir.
I wish to see Mr. Greg Winchester. Could you tell us his room number, please?
No, unless you have an appointment with him.
Well, no, we haven't, but it is very important that we speak to him.
I regret, I'm sorry, but he's left instructions not to be disturbed.
If you could just manage to mention his room number.
That sort of thing does not do in this hotel, monsieur.
Oh, well, worth a try.
Hey, look, there he is now. Just going through the doors.
Well, come on, let's get after him.
Okay, Greg, about here, please.
Right. How's that for you? Okay?
Oh, that's great.
Right.
I've got the tower nicely in the background.
Excuse me, Mr. Winchester.
Not now, please. Get out of the way.
Oh, but we just...
Clear the foreground.
Oh, sorry. You have my autograph in a minute.
It's beautiful. One more. That's great.
Okay?
Okay, Greg, that'll do nicely.
Right, you're off.
Let's get on to the next location.
Mr. Winchester, could you spare a moment, please?
Right, old man, have you got your book on you?
Book? What book?
Well, do you or don't you want my autograph?
No.
Please go away.
Mr. Winchester.
Can't you see I'm busy?
Mr. Winchester!
Is that one okay?
We'll have one more like that, please, Greg. Not you two again. Clear off!
Mr. Winchester.
Oh, please, fellas, I'm working to a very tight schedule.
Osbert Horatio Faggot. Osbert Horatio Faggot, we have some very important news for you.
Hang on, Nick. I haven't been called by that name for years.
That's the name on this envelope, sir, and it's most urgent you should read what's in it.
Give us a few minutes, will you, Nick? Come on, chaps. I fancy a cup of coffee.
Don't be too late, Greg, please.
Right, this'll do, gents. Now, garçon, à trois cafés cognac, s'il vous plaît. Merci. Now, what's this all about?
My name, sir, is Bernard Weinstock, and this is my assistant, Robin Bright, of Crime Busters International, a private detective agency.
Oh, God, not another silly woman claiming I'm the father of her twins, surely.
We've been hired to trace you, give you this letter, to read the contents.
Some sort of joke.
No, sir, I assure you.
I don't believe it. This is fantastic.
Good news, sir?
You don't know how good. Now, merci.
Merci.
Okay.
Now, it says here that you've got to ask me 2 questions to prove my identity beyond doubt.
That's right.
How far away?
Now, first of all, who was the timekeeper?
Toby.
And how long before the Indian princess arrived?
That's something I'll never forget. 39 days.
Well, that's it then. He's our man.
Really, this is quite incredible. It'll come as a tremendous surprise to someone else on your list as well.
You know about the list?
Yes, from the letter.
Who might that person be, sir?
Sarah Bedford.
Oh, we haven't contacted her yet. Do you know her well, sir?
I used to, intimately. She was my first wife. She reverted back to her maiden name when we got divorced.
You know where she lives then?
Yes, in London, near Regent's Park.
Oh, that's great. That'll save us a bit of legwork. And now we have to ask you to come back to London with us to meet our principal, Mr. Tolhurst.
Ah, now there's a problem. I've got to go to Hollywood tomorrow to start my new movie. At least 10 days shooting.
Do you mind if we take along, sir?
What on earth for?
Well, I think you should know the truth, sir. You see...
Which is that you are a very valuable property as far as we're concerned. If we don't produce you back in London, we don't get paid.
Now that I can understand. You want to keep an eye on the merchandise.
Exactly.
Okay, why not? I'll fix it for you to fly out with me. You can even earn your keep as extras. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to get back to work. Thank you. Be at the hotel tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock.
Thank you very much, Mr. Winchester. Here, why did you stop me when I was going to tell him about those people on the list getting killed?
Well, we don't want to panic him, do we? It's up to us to make sure it don't happen to him.
Good thinking. Imagine, we're going to be in a picture with Greg Winchester. Selma will go green. What? He hasn't paid the bill.
Go for a takedown, Greg. Now, that rehearsal was just great. Keep it just like that. Now, that was great, huh? All right. First positions, everybody. You're going to shoot it this time. All right, stand by, second camera.
All right, chaps. It's fine, Greg. Thank you.
So busy. Busy.
Oh, that's all the big glamorous. It's dead boring, this film, isn't it?
You can say that again.
Quiet, everybody.
What's he shouting about?
Quiet. I roll them. Speed. Mark it.
Incident at Dry Gulch, 184, take 1.
All right, get back, girls. Get back. Action!
Sure. This is the Montana Kid. I'm calling you out.
Don't you start no trouble, boy. You just get in your horse and leave town.
You killed my brother. I want blood for blood.
Don't make me do it, kid.
You better shoot straight. You're only gonna get one chance.
Cut! What the hell are you doing, Greg? You know you're not supposed to get killed. Greg? Come on, Greg. No.
He really has been shot.
Get to Sarah in London. Give her this ring.
It's a mermaid.
I'll keep the tape.
Hang on a sec. I've got a nasty feeling we're in trouble here. Big trouble.
There's a card on it. To my darling Greg.
What's it say?
Oh, to my darling Greg, I'll never forget you, my everlasting love, Thelma. Kiss, kiss, kiss.
See what I mean?
Ah, don't worry. She won't blame us. It's not our fault. She's a very reasonable woman. You'll see.
Why couldn't you look after my Greg?
Come on, darling. Get a grip on yourself. You never even met the geezer.
No, thanks to you, I never will.
Steady on now, love. Oh, there, Thelma. Come on, you'll be all right. Have a sit down. It's a bit gloomy in here, isn't it? Let's have these open for a start.
Who done him in? That's what I want to know.
You and us both.
My life's in ruins.
His isn't exactly flourishing.
See him again.
Of course you will. Him being dead, the BBC are bound to show a 13-week season of his rubbishy old film.
Oh, come on, Thelma. I know just what you need. A nice cup of tea, right?
Oh, that'll
lovely, lovely, Rob. Thank you.
Well, you run along and make it. I'll put a drop of duty-free in yours.
You're ever so kind.
Bernie, I think it's time you and me had a serious chat.
Surely you know about the birds and bees at your time of life.
Be serious. This is a very nasty case we're involved in. Do you realise we're the only ones who know there's a mass murderer on the loose? When you analyse it, you and I know there's a link between these killings. The police don't.
Well, we know the Met are investigating the window cleaner's death, don't we?
Exactly. And you can bet your life the Somerset police are looking into the blowing up of the vicar. But they don't know that the two of them are tied up.
I see what you're getting at. Nobody but us knows about John Montpelier. And as far as Greg Winchester's concerned, that's a job for the old Bill out in the States.
That's right. And last but not least, the same madman's trying to knock us off.
It's a bit out of our league, isn't it? Do you think we ought to go to the police?
I don't think that'd be too clever. I mean, we've been on the scene of the crime every time. They might reckon it was us.
Oh, God, that's a thought.
Look, we've got to find what the connection is between the people on the list.
Well, how do we do that?
Well, there is one clue. That mermaid ring Greg gave us before he died.
That's a clue?
Yeah, because it ties him in with the vicar. Remember? He had a mermaid tattooed on the back of his hand.
Yes, he did, didn't he?
And there was a ship's bell hanging outside the vicarage. Did you notice?
No. I was too busy looking at the knockers on that bird who opened the door.
Well, that bell had SS Mermaid written on it.
Could be just a coincidence.
Could be. But on the other hand, Mrs. Oldfield, the window cleaner's wife, told me that her Fred used to be in the Merchant Navy. Now, supposing he served aboard the SS Mermaid, how would that grab you?
I must admit it would begin to look interesting.
I think I'll nip round to Mrs. O's and see if I can find out.
Well, what am I supposed to do in the meantime?
Oh, you stay here and look after Thelma.
I've got a better idea. I'll go and see Mrs. Oldfield. You stay here and look after Thelma. The way she feels about us two at the moment, I'm not too keen to be alone with her.
Sit down, mate. What a woman needs at a time like this is a father figure.
I sometimes wonder who's the boss of this firm.
By the way, when she brings in the tea, don't drink it. She may have put something in it. Excuse me.
Hello. Can I be of any assistance?
Well, I wanted to have a word with Mrs. Oldfield. She still lives here, does she?
Yeah, she is the lady of the house.
Thank you very much. Could I speak to Mrs. Oldfield, please?
No, you can't. Can you, Dad? No. I was about to inform you that she's out of the country at the moment. My son and me is staying in the house in return for doing a few jobs about the place. As you can see, I'm doing the gardening, and my son here is doing a bit of decorating.
Yeah, that's right. I'm doing very well too, Dad.
Good boy.
I painted the piano and the sofa, but I'm having a bit of trouble with the curtains.
Diana, that's in the front room. You're supposed to be doing the back room.
Yeah, but the front room is the back room if you're standing in the backyard.
Pardon me a moment.
Well, perhaps you could tell me when Mrs. Oldfield will be back. It is rather important.
Her movements are a trifle vague, I'm afraid. But if you care to tell me your business, I might be able to help you.
Well, it's a confidential matter.
Well, I don't think you need have any fears on that score. I'm a brother.
Yeah, and I'm her niece.
Think?
Oh, yes. I always get it muddled up. Nieces wear pink, nephews wear blue. That's right, I'm a nephew.
You don't know who you are.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's my card.
Crimmy Busters. International Detective Agency. That sounds like a big, important organisation.
I suppose you could say that.
What do you want with my sister, eh? If it's about that little matter about the toilet rolls in Woolies,
She has got a witness who will swear that it was the vibration from a passing lorry that caused them to fall off the shelf into her shopping bag.
No, the information I want isn't really about her. It concerns her late husband.
Well, my brother-in-law, old Fred, one of the finest men who ever pulled boots on. Nature's gentleman. The salt of the earth.
Yeah. And when he fell off that building, he was sprinkled all over it.
Oh!
Well, you obviously knew him well. Perhaps you can answer my question.
Which is?
I believe he was in the Merchant Navy for some time.
Yeah, Uncle Fred was a sailor.
Now then, Gaylord, I'll answer the questions.
Do you happen to know if he ever served aboard the ship SS Mermaid?
I've got a terrible memory. Sometimes the sound of rustling paper helps me to remember things.
Oh, I see.
You are soppy, Dad.
Right.
You must have head like a sieve. Of course he was on the Mermaid. So the picture upstairs hanging on the wall.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, son.
I don't know how you could have forgotten that, Dad. Uncle Fred was on that boat when it sunk.
Did it? Whereabouts?
In the sea. If he hadn't been saved, he'd have been drowned. But he wasn't. Then he wouldn't have fallen off that building.
Well, you've been a great help. I'm most grateful. Give my regards to Mrs. Oldfield when she gets back, will you?
I will. Although she's not Mrs. Oldfield anymore, that's why she's away, out of the country. You see, she's on her honeymoon with her new husband and kids. Old Fred left her a very big endowment policy.
Yeah, he's very well endowed.
Didn't waste much time, did she?
What do you mean by that?
Well, nothing. It's just that she was a bit quick off the mark. You know, most people wait a decent interval.
You're trying to say my aunt was indecent?
Well, whatever she does is her own affair.
She's not having an affair.
Calm down.
You're a nasty man, you are, coming here insulting my auntie. Clear off before I throw this tin of paint
Okay,
over
I'm
you.
going. We need to get touchy.
I'm not touching. Clear off.
Oh, my God.
You mislaid your can of paint through the windscreen of my panda car.
Dad, I think...
Say it.
Again.
Come on, come on. It's in the papers. Blimey, that's torn it.
Tolhurst, Venture Tolhurst.
Could I speak to Mr. Roland Tolhurst, please?
Just a moment. Hello, caller.
Yes?
Mr. Tolhurst is not available. He's out of town for a few days.
Oh, could you tell me whereabouts I can get in touch with him, then?
I'm afraid not. Sorry.
Taxi!
Well done. But it's jolly nice of you to have asked us down here for drinks, Mama. But what on earth's it in aid of?
Yes, come on, what's the mystery?
Desmond, Clive, your dear mother and I have something to tell you. I don't quite know how to put this, but the fact is... Monica, perhaps you could help me out.
Yes. Boys, Roland and I have become engaged to be married.
I say, I'll be damned. You kept that pretty quiet, didn't you?
I realize this must come as quite a surprise to you, but I've deeply admired your mother for some years. I can only hope that you two will accept me as your stepfather. I can only assure you that I will endeavor to act in loco parentis, so to speak, to the very best of my ability.
Yes. Well, congrats to the pair of you.
And all that rubbish.
Here's to you both. Yes.
You'll both stay to a little celebration dinner party tonight, won't you?
Yes, I'd love to, but I believe you have some urgent business, haven't you, Desmond?
Unfortunately, yes. Sorry, Mother. But I can certainly hang on a job and help you crack another bottle of bubbly. Good idea. I'll pop in the house and get some.
Two lovely boys. I'm sure you'll grow to love them as much as I do.
This is him, Squadron Leader Peter Dunbar. VC, DFC and Bar. In Escape from Stalag Luft 7. Don't he look smashing in that uniform?
Not bad, not bad.
Do you ever see that picture?
Yes. He got shot in the end, didn't he? Oh, love, it came out without thinking.
Oh.
Here, have another scotch.
Do you know what I'm going to do?
Go into a nunnery.
I'm going to put up a memorial stone to him in the back garden.
Oh, that's a nice idea, love.
I shall have it carved in the shape of a Savoy.
Savoy? Whatever for?
Because his very first walk on part donkeys years ago was in a little film called The Case of the Poisoned Savoy.
Oh, well, Savoy would be very apt. Especially as his real name was Osbert Horatio Faggot.
I suppose I should have his real name on the stone.
Yes, you'll need an inscription. A tasteful epithet of some kind.
I'm not very good at making up things like that.
Well, hang on a minute. How about this? If you wonder to whom this stone belongs, it's Osbert Horatio Faggots. He was full of life when in this world, and now he's full of maggots.
Great job keeping her happy, I must say.
Soppy woman. All this carry on about some blooming film actor.
You can talk. Not until after her 7th marriage you get up sleeping with a picture of Elizabeth Taylor under your pillow.
Shut up and tell us what happened.
I was right, Bernie. We're onto something. Fred Oldfield was a crew member of the SS Mermaid.
He never was.
He was. And apparently it sank somewhere at sea.
Well, could hardly happen in Piccadilly Circus, could it?
So, that's 3 of them who seem to have had a connection with that ship.
What connection?
Oh, if we knew that, we could crack the case. But something even more important. Have you read today's paper?
No, no, there's time.
Well, listen to this. Where are we? Blah, blah, blah. The murdered actor's first wife, Sarah Bedford, at present on holiday at the Hannibal Palace Hotel in Tunisia, was reported to be too upset to comment. That's smashing, isn't it?
Well, what's wrong with that? At least we know where she is.
You missed the point, mate. Now everybody knows where she is, including the killer.
Oh, flaming hell, I know what you mean, yeah. She could be in dead trouble.
Dead being the operative word.
We'd better get out there, Sharpish. He's already got half a day's start on us.
I tried to phone Tollers, but he's out of the office for a few days, so I booked us a couple of seats on tomorrow morning's flight.
How'd you manage for money?
Oh, there was enough left in the kitty. I only hope we can find her. I mean, we don't even know what she looks like.
Oh, yes, we do. Hang on a minute. Thelma's been showing me a collection. Here, this is it. Look, this is her. Taken the day of the divorce 7 years ago.
That could be handy. Shove it in your pocket. Oh, by the way, there's another little bit in the paper that rang a bell with me. The Los Angeles police are anxious to trace the whereabouts of a limping man who was observed hurrying away from the scene of the shooting.
Just a minute. A limping man was seen hurrying away the day Fred Oldfield copped it. And Jean Montpellier mentioned one as well. Do you reckon they're the same fella?
I don't know. But if it isn't, it's a very funny coincidence.
Do you know what? I'm sick and tired of going abroad. I should be glad to get back to a nice, simple divorce case.
Yeah, well, the way this one's going, we'll be lucky if we get back at all.
Taxi! Medina Cafe. Taxi! The Hannibal Palace Hotel.
In your dreams, you have been to Tunisia.
The sunny side of the Mediterranean. Sit down, dear friend. Sit down. What a pleasure to see you again after all these years. I, Ahmed, will never forget our joint operations in Marseille. Plenty money for both of us, no? Allah was kind.
You slimy, Cyril, you really do. This Ahmed bit is very funny. Why do we need the passwords, you and me? We went to school together.
Keep this down, Joe, please.
Who was it got you out of England when you were on the run, eh?
Well, you did, Joe.
Exactly. And now you're a big man round here. Not bad for a small-time East End mobster. Mind you, I reckon you've done very well for yourself. This is a beautiful country.
Look, what is it you're after? I don't suppose this is a social call.
You owe me a favor. I come to collect.
Fair enough. Oh, just name it.
I want to borrow some muscle.
Well, that's easy. What for?
To do 2 or 3 murders.
I've got some nice little rackets going for me here. I don't want to get involved in stuff like that.
Okay, Cyril. I see your point. But I don't know what my Sicilian connections are going to say about this.
Well, maybe I am being a bit hasty. I am in your debt after all.
I knew you'd see reason. Ahmed.
Who are the targets?
One is a woman called Sarah Bedford, who is staying at the Annabelle Palace Hotel. And the other 2 are a couple of stinking private eyes who will be going there to inquire for her.
That's a bit of luck. I've got a contact there. Suleiman!
It's a smashing hotel, isn't it? Let's go in and book a couple of rooms.
Forget it, mate. We're not here on holiday.
Saint-Dinard. Tell you what, if we make any money out of this case, we'll come back here and live it up for a bit, eh?
Please God, we're still alive to live anywhere. You don't lose those.
Yeah, we're not staying here.
Oh, it's a bit on the warm side, isn't it?
Well, you go and sit down for a bit. I'll go make inquiries about Miss Bedford.
Right.
You missed her.
Oh, blimey, where's she gone?
Down to the bazaar in Sousse, apparently, to do some shopping, so the man said.
Oh, where's that?
It's not very far.
Was she on her own?
Yeah.
Well, we don't want another nasty accident. We better get down there and find her.
Taxi!
Sousse! Allez, vite!
Oui, monsieur.
What's the matter with these people? Don't they understand English?
Three.
2.
Look, Cyril, you lose again. That's another 20 dinar you owe me.
You do have some luck, Joe.
Luck doesn't come into it, old friend. It's pure skill.
Speak, Suleiman, son of the desert. May Allah shower your death with blessings.
What did he say?
Your 2 blokes have arrived. They went to the hotel and asked for the woman, but she's out shopping, so they've gone to find her.
Perfect. Now's our chance to kill 3 birds with 1 stone.
I'll get Suleiman again. This is right up East Street.
There's something familiar about this guy, Suleiman.
Yeah, well, there would be. It's my brother-in-law, Reg Weller. He used to run the pie and mash shop in Lambeth Walk.
Of course, I remember.
He come out to join me a couple of years ago.
Is he on the run too?
I live with my sister.
Good judge. I've seen your sister. Come on, let's go.
Let's have another look at that picture, Bert.
We have to keep our eyes peeled. Be like looking for a needle in a haystack.
Oh, sorry. Bernie! It's her!
I beg your pardon?
You're Miss Bedford, aren't you? Miss Sarah Bedford?
Yes, I am, but I don't want to talk to reporters.
Oh, we're not from the press. We're private detectives.
I don't care who you are. Will you kindly go away?
Yeah, but please, Miss Bedford, it's very important. We've got to talk to you.
Does this ring mean anything to you?
Why, yes. I gave it to my ex-husband. But what are you two doing with it?
We were with him when he died. He wanted you to have it.
Here they are. Let's do it now.
So you see, there's a pretty good chance your life is in danger.
Oh, I really can't believe it.
Do you believe it now?
Hey! Stop it! Stop it!
Where are we?
Wait a minute, I recognize this bit. I think my hire car is parked somewhere near...
Well, let's find it! Hey!
Here, grab hold of me.
There it is. Where to?
Anyway, just get us out of town.
You blasted idiot! We were lost then.
All right. I've got everything under control. Come in, Mustafa. Ahmed calling.
Listening, Ahmed.
I want you to do a little job for me. A grey Peugeot containing 2 men and a woman has just left Sus coming your way.
It's okay. I don't think we've been followed.
Right. Don't you think it's time you two told me what this was all about?
I wish someone would tell me, I assure you.
Look, Miss Bedford, can I just ask you a question first? What was the significance of that mermaid ring?
Well, I gave it to Greg as a romantic souvenir of the first time we met.
Was that on a ship called the SS Mermaid, by any chance?
How did you know that?
Just a guess. Here, you better read this.
You see, it all ties up. Fred Oldfield, the vicar, Greg and Sarah all had something to do with that ship. But what the hell was it?
I'm asking myself one more urgent question. Who threw this knife at me in the bazaar?
I don't know. Wherever we go, there seems to be someone who's always one jump ahead.
So, gentlemen, I gather you have to ask me 2 questions.
Yes. Who was the timekeeper?
Toby,
And how long before the Indian princess arrived?
39 days.
Well, we never had any doubts. We were just following instructions.
Look, miss, would you mind telling us what's in that letter? It might help to save our lives.
No, the letter specifically states...
Strict secrecy, we know.
Anyway, we've got to get you back to London to meet our principal, Mr. Tolhurst.
And the sooner the better.
All right, but we'll have to go back to the hotel first and pick up my things.
Blimey, Bern. Look at that. What? There's 4 blokes galloping towards us on camels.
Well, what do you expect of the desert? Red Indians?
Quick, get in the car.
What's the panic?
Get in the car!
Make up your mind. You
Okay, Bernie, all clear.
You're a pal, Leo. Thanks for coming to the airport to pick us up.
It's a pleasure, Bernie. Forget it. Take care.
Oh, well, don't worry. Oh, what a journey.
I popped her into bed, poor dear. The sleep might do her good.
Certainly hope so. Can't have been that comfortable coming from the airport and that skip.
How long's she been funny like she is?
Ever since that flaming bomb went off. She hasn't uttered a word all the way back from Tunisia.
Just think, she used to be married to my Greg. What a lucky girl.
She won't be lucky for long if we don't get this business sorted out.
Don't you think she ought to see a doctor?
We daren't let anyone know she's here or even still alive. Whoever planted that bomb thinks all 3 of us are dead.
Oh, my God. Kiss me the shutters. I'll just go and see the back door's locked.
Well, mate, we've got big problems. There's murder and mayhem going on all around us and we don't know who or why or anything.
Oh, well, that's not quite true. We know the SS Mermaid's got something to do with it.
That's all we do know. I mean, if Sarah wasn't in the state she was in, we could persuade her to tell us what's in that letter.
Yeah. You flaming idiot.
Hey?
You half-witted buck.
Well, what have I done now?
No, not you, me. Well, both of us. We've got another letter, haven't we? The one intended for Joe Galliano.
We can't open that. Breaking that seal could cost us 5,000 nicker.
How much is your life worth, Bernie?
Let's open the envelope. Dear friend, some years ago, in August 1953 to be exact, you shared with me a once-in-a-lifetime experience. It could have been the end of all 7 of us, but by God's will and good fortune we survived. During that perilous and arduous time, I personally was shown such care, tenderness and companionship as I had never known before or since, especially as none of you were aware that I was and still am a man of immense wealth. I am now coming to the end of my life. I therefore intend to leave my fortune to be equally divided between those of you still alive. You must answer the questions which will be asked by my representatives who hand you this letter, so as to establish your identity beyond doubt. In order that my wishes should not be frustrated by persons of evil intent, I demand and require that you preserve total secrecy regarding the contents of this letter on pain of being excluded from my will. Signed, A.
I'll bet that once-in-a-lifetime experience was being on board the SS Mermaid when it sank.
Sticks out a mile. But there must have been more than 7 survivors. What makes this group so special?
I don't know. Unless maybe they were all in the same lifeboat. The 6 on our list, plus A, whoever he is.
You've got to be right. Now we know the motives for the murders. Let's see, what was it? I therefore intend to leave my fortune to be equally divided between those of you still alive. Someone on that list wants to be sole survivor and cop the lot.
In that case, there's only one possible suspect. 4 of them are dead. We know it's not Sarah, therefore it's got to be Joseph Galliano.
Yes, it makes sense. I mean, everybody says he's a right villain.
Oh, it's just the sort of stroke he would pull.
Of course, it's all guesswork, though, isn't it? But we haven't got any real proof.
That leaves us with another unanswered question. How did Galliano know what was in the letter? We never contacted him. He's supposed to be visiting his mum in Sicily.
Something tells me we've got to find out who this mysterious A is.
I agree.
How do we start?
There must have been a big story in the newspapers at the time. They're bound to have printed the names of the survivors.
1953 when that ship sunk.
That's right.
The year of the coronation.
So?
Cousin Luby.
Who?
My cousin Lubelia. That's where we'll find what we want.
At the risk of appearing thick, what the hell's your cousin Luby and coronation year got to do with our particular problem?
Oh, she's a bit strange, you know. Not potty or anything like that, but...
But what?
She thinks she's the Queen of England.
Oh, no, she's not potty.
Well, she's quite harmless, eccentric, that's all.
All right. How's she going to help us?
Well, she saves the newspapers every day. See, she's bound to have one of 1953, because that was the year Cousin Luby was crowned.
Blimey, it runs in the family.
You'll have to play along with her, Rob, I warn you.
Oh, I'll do that, mate. I don't want to wind up in the tower.
Come on, then. Oh, this is a place. Whatever you do, don't burst out laughing or we get nothing out of her.
Okay. Right. Okay. Maybe she's out.
She's bound to be in, unless she's away on a state visit somewhere.
Well, we are blowed. What a turn up for the book. Do come in, and your young friends.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
Pardon the dearth of footmen. They're all at bingo. Oh, get out of it, you little devil. We have such trouble with our corgis, always under our feet. Now, gentlemen, take the weight off, please. And no ceremony. This is just a family occasion. Oh, watch out, young man. Now, you nearly sat on Princess Anne. didn't you? Only Mark's allowed to do that. Now run along here. That's the good girl. Play with your Gigi's. Well, Cousin Bernie, long time no see. What's the news from Albania?
Oh, everything's fine, ma'am.
Oh, that's nice. I'm tremendously interested in foreign affairs. Well, he knows. Oh, now we're forgetting our manners. Winkle, anybody?
You're inclined to upset the old digestion.
Oh, telling us. But then I always say, if we can't have wind, who can? Pity you couldn't have come 5 minutes earlier. You'd have copped the Duke.
Which one in particular, ma'am?
Philip, our husband, you silly pillock.
Sorry we missed him. Aren't you, Rob?
Yes, I really am. I suppose he's gone off on some important affair of state?
No, he's got down Windsor Castle. Have a game of darts with his mates.
I thought horse riding was his favourite sport.
Oh, well, it is. But it's bloody difficult to get a double top from the back of one of them pulu poonies.
No, ma'am. What we actually came about was to ask your permission to have a little shufti through your royal archives.
Well, you know you can, you silly boy. The palace is Liberty Hall as far as you're concerned. Any particular year, dear?
Yes, 1953 to be exact.
Oi, oi, 1953. That was our coronation year. Here, you're not doing an undercover job for This Is Your Life, are you?
Oh, nothing like that.
Oh, pity. Still, I suppose they'll get round to us eventually.
Have you any idea where we might find 1953, Your Majesty?
Oh, now, let's see. Was it the West Wing or the East? Oh, no. We've just remembered, silly us. It's over there, dear. Look. Over by that huge crate of empty Guinness bottles. Now, listen, Cousin Bernie, I've got a bone to pick with you. Why wasn't you at the wedding?
Wedding?
Charlie and Di's.
Well, I never got an invite.
Oh, you rotten little fibber, you. We sent a cold-screen guard round to your gaff with one personal.
Oh, well, I must have been away on diplomatic business, you know, incommunicado.
Oh, that's a lovely little country, that. As a kid.
Going on a treat.
Well, you, Mr. Smashing Knees Up, we're telling you that. Of course, Charlie was on the usual, cherry brandy. But we stuck to milk stout. What would have happened if we'd had to open Parliament the next day?
I don't suppose it would have mattered, ma'am.
No, I think you're right. Probably do our subjects a favour. If they kept shut all the time.
Any luck?
Did you find what you was looking for, young man?
Oh, yes, thank you, Your Majesty. Very gracious of you to grant me access to the archives.
Pleasure. It's nice, isn't it? You've taken quite a fancy to him.
Very nice of you to say so, Mum.
Tell you what, we'll make him a nod. Come over here, dear. Kneel down. What's your name, darling?
Robin, Mum.
Arise, Sir Robin, Knight of the Roll.
Thank you very much.
Well, ma'am, I think we'd better make tracks.
Oh, what for? You only just come. Oh, all right then. Sugar all. Mind the corgis! And don't shut the door. You can tell the television people to come in now.
Television?
Yes, we're recording our Christmas message early this year.
Oh, give us away, won't you?
Well, don't we always?
Hello, Bern.
What's your mate?
Been in to see the old woman, have you? Yeah. She don't get any better, does she?
Well, no, not really.
She's as nutty as a fruitcake.
I don't know how you put up with her.
You can say that again. Believe me, it isn't all cake snail being the Prime Minister. Well, must hang about. I've got a company shuffle to do this afternoon.
So long, Maggie.
Oh, so long, Bern.
Come on, let's... 39 days after the cruise ship SS Mermaid foundered in a Pacific hurricane, a dramatic rescue was carried out by the merchant ship Indian Princess, which picked up a lifeboat containing 7 survivors, 6 men and a woman.
That explains one of the questions, doesn't it? How long before the Indian Princess arrives? Answer, 39 days.
Yeah, right, and further down here, look, it gives the names and addresses of the survivors. Frederick Oldfield, member of the crew.
The window cleaner.
Reverend Wildblood.
The exploding vicar.
And ship's pilot.
That's why he had the tattoo in the ship's bill.
Joseph Galliano, a steward, and passengers Jean Montpellier, Osbert Faggot,
Alias Greg Winchester,
Miss Sarah Bedford, and the Honourable Tobias Matthews.
He must be Toby the timekeeper.
Sounds logical. But on the other hand, who the hell is A? Bloke who signed the letter.
It's got to be this Tobias Matthews, hasn't it?
And why wasn't it signed T or M?
Here, wait a minute. He was an honourable 30 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Well, suppose in the meantime he inherited the title.
Bernie, you're a genius.
So?
Hurry up and finish your drink. We're off to the nearest public library.
What for?
To look up the Honourable Tobias in Burke's Peerage.
I wish I had your education, Robin.
Smoky bacon.
They haven't got Smokyville.
Well, that's it then. The Honourable Tobias Matthews is now Lord Algrave. There's your A.
Well, we better go and have a chat with the old boy then.
Damn right.
Trouble is, how are we going to find him? If it's £1 to a penny, he's not still at the address shown in the paper as 30 years old.
My mate Dennis might know.
Dennis? Didn't he work for the dairy when you were a milkman?
Yeah, he's the office manager at the main depot.
Well, how would he know then?
Well, everybody's got to have milk, haven't they? Even the aristocracy. There's a chance our dairy delivers to him.
Worth a try. There's a phone box there. Come on. Get on the blower.
Thanks, Den. I owe you one. Got it.
Good boy. We can be there in half an hour. Let's get cracking. Come on. Blimey, see the size of this place. Looks more like British Leyland.
Probably costs as much to run as well.
What do you want, you two?
Oh, good morning. We've come to see Lord Algrave.
Have you? Well, now you've seen him, so clear off.
It's very important that we talk to you, my lord.
It's about the sinking of the SS Mermaid in 1953. You were Toby the timekeeper, weren't you?
How the devil did you know that?
Oh, we're a couple of private detectives, my lord. We were hired by a solicitor, Mr. Tolhurst, to trace 6 people, and you know who they are.
Ah, yes, well, you better come inside. Here, give me a hand with this damn thing, will you? You see, some people might think I'm mad. But you see, those 6 people in that lifeboat showed me a different side to human nature. They were compassionate and caring. None of them knew who I was or of my wealth. They sought no reward. In that terrible storm, they showed only the best qualities of courage, endurance, and unselfishness.
But why did they call you Toby the Timekeeper?
Yes, well, that was because I was the only one with the watch still working, you see. It was my duty to record the passing of the date.
Oh, that's the explanation.
So now you can understand why I wish these people to benefit from my estate. Quite simply, I owe my life to each and every one of them. Yes, unfortunately, Tolhurst tells me that 3 of them have predeceased me.
Ah, well, now we come to the nitty-gritty. In fact, 4 of them kicked the bucket, and not from natural causes. They were murdered.
Murdered?
Oh, yes, there's no doubt about it, my lord. One of those 6 people decided to be the sole survivor.
Oh, which one? Who?
Well, the 4 stiffs are in the clear. Which leaves Sarah Bedford, who was under our protective custody after an attempt on her life, and Joe Galliano. He's your man, all right. You can make a book on it.
What? Joseph? What, that little Italian steward? Impossible, impossible.
Oh, he's turned into a right villain. Well known in the West End.
Oh, my God, this is all my fault. I merely wanted to bring happiness and pleasure into their lives and show my gratitude.
Oh, you mustn't blame yourself, your lordship. There just happened to be a rotten apple in the barrel, that's all.
Yes, well, thank the Lord you disobeyed my instructions and opened that letter when you did.
Ah, now we come to another little mystery. The letter we opened was addressed to Joe Galliano. In other words, he's never seen the contents.
And what's more, when I went to his club, they told me he was in Sicily, visiting his mum.
But how could he possibly have found out?
Don't know, but I mean, we can hardly go to the police on the strength of what we got, can we?
Oh, I see your point, yes. Listen, you'd better go and consult my solicitor, Tolhurst. He may be able to give you some advice.
Very good, my lord. Come on, Bob.
And be sure to keep me informed of what's happening.
We will.
Can I help you?
We'd like to see Mr. Tolhurst, please. It's a matter of some urgency. We're from Crime Busters International.
I'm afraid he's busy with a client at the moment, but if you wouldn't mind waiting.
Certainly. Yeah.
Hello, Miss Stevens. Oh, hello, sir. Any chance of seeing the old man, my dear?
He's engaged at present, Mr. Danvers Crichton.
Oh, not to worry, nothing important. Would you just remind him that my mother is expecting him for dinner at 8 o'clock this evening?
Certainly, sir.
Good girl.
I must say, you've got a nice suntan, sir.
Yes, just had a few days' hauls in Tunisia.
Oh, by the way, sir, how's Lord Algrave these days? Is he any better?
No, poor old Uncle Toby. He's on his last legs, I'm afraid.
Oh, I am sorry.
Oh, never mind. He's had a damn good innings. Well, I mustn't keep you, my dear. Bye-bye.
Bye, sir.
That's him, the limping man.
And his Lord Algray's nephew.
Let's get after him.
I'm sure Mr. Tolhurst won't be very long, gentlemen.
Just remember, we've got another urgent appointment.
Yeah, we'll come back tomorrow. Yeah, we've had it wrong all along. He's a murderer, not Galliano.
Unless he's working for Galliano.
What, Lord Algray's nephew? It's hardly likely, is it?
I've just had a horrible thought.
What's that?
As far as that Desmond fellow is concerned, everybody on the list is dead, except for Galliano.
Yeah, but he's a different case, isn't he? He's hard enough. He can take care of himself.
Yeah, I still reckon we ought to warn him.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, that's nice, isn't it? Now what do we do?
Let's have a look round the back.
Okay, after you. Oh, and I'm right behind you. Are you sure about this?
Yeah, it's worth a try.
That's a bit of luck.
Right, come on.
It's dark, isn't it? I don't like this.
Stick close to me.
Don't worry, I will.
This is his office.
Doesn't seem to be anybody about. Maybe we should leave a note and come back tomorrow. Or next year.
Look at this. It's a twin to the one thrown at us in Tunisia.
Identical. Identical twin. It don't make sense. Why should Galliano want to kill us?
Search me.
Unless... Here, do you remember that cross-channel ferry? One of them nasty men said something about we'd upset the gentleman what employed him because of a fella called Sid.
Yeah?
Well, maybe that gentleman was Galliano.
Yeah, but what does it mean?
Wish you wouldn't keep asking me questions. When I'm nervous, I just open my mouth and all kinds of rubbish comes out.
Joseph Galliano, known as Tooth. You are listening to the voice of a friend. I am about to reveal information which will be to your considerable advantage.
What's that, Robin? Robin? Rob! Oh.
Let's get out of here,
Robin, you all right? You all right, mate? Here, come and sit down. Careful. Well, there you go.
It's okay, pal. Don't panic. Just nicked me in the arm, that's all.
Thank God for that. Here, let's have your jacket. Oh, all right. You realise what happened, don't you? Hey? He killed Galliano. That only leaves Sarah.
No, he thinks Sarah's dead. He couldn't have recognised us, not with all the lights blazing in his eyes. No, Sarah will be fine.
What's his next move likely to be, then?
Who knows? I'll give a 6 to 4 it involves Lord Algrave. Tell you what, I have an idea how we might flush this basket out into the open. Only we'll need Lord A's help.
We'd better get back and see him, then. Come on.
Yeah. Let's hope we're not too late.
Good morning, madam. Mr. Desmond? Mr. Clive?
Tragic news, O'Toole.
Indeed, madam. Most distressing. His lordship is in the Great Hall.
Thank you.
Exactly what happened, O'Toole?
I have no idea, sir. It was my day off. I returned towards midnight, and his lordship's doctor had pronounced him dead.
The old fool's done the right thing at last.
Poor Toby.
Don't be such a damn hypocrite, Mother.
You're being very unseemly, Desmond.
You must excuse Desmond his high spirits, Mother, but after all, you have just inherited several millions of pounds.
True. Very true. Oh, what good boys you both are.
You should be especially proud of me, Mummy. After all, I was the one who killed all 6 people on Uncle's silly little list. And now, he's saved me the trouble of having to dispose of him as well.
And as an additional bonus, you won't have to marry that creep Tolhurst.
He was only a form of insurance. If anything had gone wrong with our plans, he would have provided us with an income of some kind. The dear Roland can now be discarded.
On the contrary, my dear Monica.
What the hell are you doing here?
As soon as I heard of your uncle's timely demise, I hurried to join the other vultures round the corpse.
How dare you?
6 killings, Desmond? I'm sure you were concerned in some of them. Your brother Clive hasn't the guts.
You're talking nonsense.
Not at all. When I deliberately left the details of Lord Algrave's will in an unlocked drawer in my office, you 3 being left alone in there, I had no doubt you would seize the opportunity to read them. And knowing what a vicious and grasping family you are, I assumed you would take steps to remove the obstacles that stood between you and your uncle's fortune.
Rubbish, we didn't read anything. In any case, it could have been Galliano.
Interesting. If you didn't read your uncle's papers, how did you know his name was on the list?
You blasted fool, Desmond!
Incidentally, Galliano was the second string to my bow. By means of a tape recording, I informed him of Lord Algrave's intentions. He was bound to take steps to secure the bulk of the money for himself. I had no doubt that between you and Galliano, my purpose would be accomplished.
And just what exactly is your purpose?
I shall marry your dear mother. Her inheritance will come under my control. And you two will be dependent upon my generosity. O'Toole, lend me a hand. He's got a gun.
I'm sorry, sir, but Mr. Desmond and I have a very happy financial arrangement.
If anything happens to me, I've left a letter with my bank. It will be forwarded to the police.
How unoriginal of you, Roland. I don't believe a word of it. It might be a tight squeeze, but I'm sure we can fit you into that coffin, along with the old man.
2 funerals for the price of 1.
Fascinating little art to art. Talk about confessions of a window cleaner. By the way, your conversation has been overheard by the police, who are waiting just outside.
Desmond, who is this?
Someone I thought I'd disposed of.
Well, kill him now. Get on with it, man.
You shouldn't have stuck your nose in.
Bang on cue, I think.
Grab him, lads.
Come on, you.
Take it easy, old.
Okay, lads.
Come on, me, sir.
I shall conduct myself to the door, thank you.
Come along.
Oh, this is so undignified.
I claim my right to call my solicitor.
You bungling idiot.
Goodbye, my dear. Never tangle with the aristocracy.
Blast you, you feudal fool!
Well, Robbie, I reckon that just about wraps it up.
Pass those 2 around for me, will you, my dear? I'm afraid O'Toole is otherwise engaged. Well, how lovely it is to see you here, Sarah, my dear. Thank God you've got over your amnesia.
She got her memory back at all.
You know, what I don't understand is why that swine Desmond tried to kill you two, what?
Oh, well, Tolhurst had to hire us. He had to be seen following your instructions. He knew that Desmond would try and stop us tracing the people on the list, and thank God he failed.
Yeah. I must tell you, dear friends, that in view of all the trouble I've caused, I intend changing my will. I'm sorry about this, my dear.
Oh, that's all right, Toby. I was never really bothered about the money anyway.
Now, I want you all to learn the lesson that being poor and happy is far, far better than being rich and miserable. Which is why I intend to give you a mere £200,000 apiece. The rest of the money I intend leaving to the surviving members of my 6th form at Eton. I have a list here. Of course, they'll take a bit of tracking down.
Oh, good. Here we go again.